it's called a job bank or a job bank account. Seems like it's official government website. That's where it's like at. But I've never heard about it before now, and it's like also wanting me to put in like my SIN number.
Do your research before you do that.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it's like it looks like it's on the official thing.
Yeah, but yeah, make sure you do your research before you do any type of like SIN number kind of thing.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to see people better from.
I've never really heard about it, but then again, I haven't done those process in a long time, so I couldn't tell you. Like you have your computer, you have the internet, you have YouTube, you have all those things. Just make sure you do that research. Ladies and gents, welcome back. As you see from the title, I am at home. I am doing some dinner for tonight, so come through the journey with me. I'm making something simple, something easy, because I'm hungry right now and I need to eat. So let's see what we're making. We have some cauliflower. We're gonna do something with that. Some chicken. We're gonna do something with that. And we got some potatoes. We're gonna do something with that. So let us go. We got our water in the stove. We're gonna drain our potatoes. Drain that. A little caveat, I am at home, so you're gonna hear a lot of noise in the background, like I'm watching the Raptors play right now, so don't judge me on that one. Come on. Oh, don't run away. Oh, caught him. Try to run away. Get our potatoes in, we'll get those cook off. We have a little bit of salted water. We're gonna make some mashed potato. So we're gonna let that boil, get all mushy and stuff, and then we're gonna mash it out and add our butter. We got some butter, we got some cream. Hopefully we got some herbs in the fridge, so we're not prepared for this. So while that is going, I am going to, you know what? We're gonna move that to the other stove because we can use the space for our chicken. Yeah, so you're gonna go over there. You're gonna come here. We're gonna add to our pot. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Bombastic, what's going on? I'm cooking up some mashed potato, gonna cook up some broccoli and some pan-seared roasted chicken. That's all we're cooking up today. So we're just getting that ready for now. Something simple, something easy, something delicious, right? All right, let's bring you guys over. I'm gonna season up my chicken. So yeah, like I said, if you hear any noise in the background, I am watching the Raptors game, and you might hear a little bit of that in the background. So we got our chicken here. Just gonna hit that with a little bit of oil. Let's see if I can get a little bit more light over here. Just gonna rub that in. Trying to make this as simple as possible. All right, thank you for coming through. So you massage that oil in a little bit. We got some seasoning from Japan, straight from Japan, that we're gonna use on this, so it should be delicious. I'm gonna wash my hands because anytime you deal with stuff, raw meat, make sure you wash your hands. Whoa. All right. My potatoes are on the stove right now. Gotta watch that, make sure it doesn't boil over. Where is my seasoning? Where's my seasoning? My seasoning. Got it. So we got this guy. This guy came all the way from Japan, from the girlfriend's family. And it's pretty delicious. We usually use it for when we're doing steak or something at home. So we're gonna use that for today, for our chicken. We're just gonna season both sides. And the best thing about this spice is you don't need a lot of it. Just gonna make sure we press that into the meat. Make sure we open these up and get a little bit of the insides as well. Nobody gets unseasoned. Get the insides. We season we season our meals on this channel, okay? So that you guys know. It's not one of those channels where people don't know how to season their food. We like flavors. So we get all the cracks and the crevices. I can't fully see the comments right now, but I'll address them in a second. And then we're just gonna flip that over. And we're gonna do the other side just like that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but have you guys noticed in your grocery store, you see more and more places that carry chicken without the chicken breast without the skin? Like, what is this about? Is this something to do with the fake meat epidemic that's coming, or is it something else? I mean, I can always debone my own chicken if I want the skin on it to get a nice crisp when I do this, but it's getting harder to find chicken breasts in the grocery store. They're like with a portion and the skin is on. Is it that we're just lazy and we don't like to take off our own skin or something like that? Or people just don't like chicken skin? Because chicken skin is where all the flavors at. So I don't understand why wouldn't you want that on your chicken? I don't know. Maybe it's just me talking shit, but maybe it's just me. And we're gonna just press it in. All right. We're gonna put that to the side for a second until our pot comes up to a nice heat. So I'll take you guys with me in a second. Two. All right, let's go. Hopefully you guys don't see my dirty sink right now with all my dishes. Don't watch that. All right, so we're gonna do a nice medium. Put that on 6, get that to a nice medium. Grace, how are you? Welcome to Mystery. For people who are just joining us, we're doing some easy dinner for ourselves today. We're at home. We're not in the kitchen. We're at home making meals for ourselves, and we are doing a nice mashed potato. We're gonna do some broccoli. Ideally, we were gonna do some broccolini, but we decided to go with the broccoli instead. It was cheaper. And we're gonna do some pan-seared chicken breasts. So I am currently in my fridge right now looking for some stuff for my mashed potato, like herbs and bay leaves and stuff like that. I think I got some cream here. Got some cream, got some herbs. And last but not least, yeah, oh, there you are. We got some butter. Nice. All right, let's see. Our heat's slowly coming up. So we're gonna do a nice sear on our chicken. Put that aside for a second. Our potatoes, as you can see over here, it's coming up nicely. So when that's nice and cooked, we'll get that sorted. So we're gonna sear the chicken, put that aside, finish it off in a little bit. We're gonna get all our stuff ready for our mashed potato as well, and the broccoli we'll do at the very end. But yeah. Let me know what your guys' favorite comfort food is for the weekend. What you guys like to cook on the weekend in the comment section? That'd be great to see. Maybe if anything, I'll do an episode of that. Somebody's comfort food on here one night. See if I like what you guys like. You see we got a little bit of smokiness going on right there. So we're gonna add our chicken right now. Whoa. And a nice little sizzle. They say you're not supposed to overcrowd your pan, but I'm hungry, all right? So that's gonna happen tonight. Right away, you can just tell the seasoning. You get a hit of that seasoning. We're not gonna mess with that too much. We just want to get a nice sear on that side. So let's get a nice sear over there. And in the meantime, while that's going on, we're gonna cut up our butter. So you guys can come with me for that one. Whoa. And we are going to use all this butter in our mashed potato. Again, don't judge me. This is why we have a gym. Plus we want a creamy mashed potato, right? I know somebody who enjoys my mashed potatoes. Get some nice cubes. Let's, what do we have? Let's put that in a container. No, definitely something bigger. Oh, the Raptors are winning. They're actually destroying the Pacers right now. Okay, no butter gets left behind. That's our butter we're gonna use for our mashed potato. Ooh, it smells so good. Doesn't that smell good? All right, let's bring you guys back over. We don't need that anymore. Let's see what our chicken is doing right now. Oh, look at it, look at it, look at it. Gonna give you guys a sneak peek. Who wants to show off? Oh, look at that. We're gonna go a little bit more darker. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then we're gonna start our infusion of herbs and butter and cream for our mashed potato. And essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our cream to a boil, melt our butter. We're gonna add in, let's see if I got some garlic. Crush some garlic on that. Yeah, we do have some garlic. We're gonna crush up some garlic. We're gonna add all that to our cream and we're gonna set it at a very low temperature. I'm gonna set it aside so we infuse all those flavors from the herb. And all the herbs we have right now is some thyme, we have some bay leaf, and we're gonna have the crushed garlic. That's all we got. We're just using what we have at home right now. Pretty sure if I look hard enough, I can find me some black peppercorn or something like that. Oh, our potatoes is boiling away. Can you see it over there? I wasn't paying attention for a second and it almost boiled over. And let's turn it down a little bit so we don't have one of those situations. All right, we're gonna flip this guy. You're not in the center, so we're gonna rotate you out. Actually, not too bad. You can keep going. Move you guys around a little bit. We're gonna add a touch more oil. And here we go. The potatoes want to boil over on us. Turn that down a little bit more. You know what? We have butter. I'm gonna hit a stick of butter in here. I'll let that go. And give our potatoes a little stir, make sure the foam doesn't boil over. That butter gets everywhere in the pan. And you can do this at home, like I'm doing right now. It's simple, takes hardly any time. The hardest thing about this is basically the prep time. You just have to cut your broccoli in florets, cut your potatoes, which you can already get peeled at any of your grocery store. It probably costs a little bit more other than peeling your own potatoes. I'm pretty sure you have all kinds of seasoning in your cabinet that you haven't used in a while, so you can do that too. I got my garlic. I'm gonna crush up some garlic right now. I'm not worried about our chicken because it's not fully cooked through yet, and it's gonna stay nice and juicy for me when I'm ready for it. Lee, how are you? Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're making up some nice meal for our dinner tonight, so I thought I'd bring you guys along with the journey with me. All right, so got a nice color on our chicken right there. There we go. We got some nice flavors from our spices already. We can go a little bit more darker, but we should be all right. So I'm going to pop this in the oven to finish it off. And we're just going to do a little bit of cleanup because there's oil splashes all over your stove. You don't want that. I have a motto. If you guys been watching the channel for a while, you know my motto is like clean as you go because nobody likes a messy kitchen. Okay. Relax. I'm sorry. We don't want to be on this burner? You sure? I can move you back to... Okay, we're going to move you back. I'm sorry. It's too hot over here. It's saying no. It doesn't want to be over here. It is delicious. It's going to be more delicious when it's done. I'm making some mashed potato. I'm making this roasted chicken. And I'm making cauliflower. So this is going to be for our sauce for our mashed potato. Let me just crush these garlic real quick. Actually... There. We got tons of butter. We're just gonna throw that in. We're gonna make sure that melts out a little bit. And I'll be grating here. some roasted garlic, clarified butter, and cream mashed potato. Oh, that would be great, but we don't have that kind of time. All right, let me crush these garlic right real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Actually, let's go. Let's go on the journey. Just have some garlic that we're gonna mash to infuse with our butter and cream for our mashed potato. All you're doing is just crushing them, really. That's all you need. If you want to go the extra step, you'll roast them in the oven until they're nice and brown and crisp. Well, not crisp, but nice and brown. And we use that oil a little bit on our mashed potato as well, along with the roasted garlic. That would add tons of flavor. So we're gonna take you back over to y'all. Got our butter. Let me know if in the comment if this is this lighting is too strong. I find it to be strong on camera sometimes. All right. So that's our butter. We're gonna add our cream in. Trying to use up some stuff we already have in the fridge. Gonna add in our garlic. We're gonna add in some thyme. So I'm gonna add in all this stuff because we are gonna strain it onto our mashed potato afterwards, so I'm not worried about having things floating around in my mashed potato that I don't want. Like the garlic, that could be overpowering sometimes, but it's all good. And we're gonna add just some bay leaf because I'm crazy. Like I said, if you have some oregano, some other herbs, you can throw that in as well, with some rosemary, that'd be great. I even have some leftover garlic compound butter in my fridge that I could use for this as well, but I'm gonna save that for another day. Another dish, another flavor. I'm not trying to hit you guys with everything in one night. All right, that's everything? Cool. So we're just gonna bring that to a boil. Just let that sit there for a second. We're gonna see. Here, you guys wanna see the beautiful chicken down here? Look at her. So good. So good. Just coming through. Got those semi dishes right here. Make sure I have the utensils I need. The broccoli we're leaving to the very end. The broccoli, it's not gonna take no time at all because I'm not cooking the broccoli until it's crazy mushy. I like a little bit of crisp to my broccoli, so that's why I'm gonna leave it to the very end, because all I need to do is I'm gonna cook that with a little bit of ghee, a little bit of clarified butter. And we're just gonna sear that down in our big ass wok right here. That's all we're gonna do. So just gonna give that a twirl. Hopefully I don't spill anything on my stove and burn it. And literally, that's all you want. So you got a little bit of boil going on. You don't want nothing else. Just want to take it off the heat. You're gonna infuse all the herbs, the bay leaf, the garlic, and infuse all of those flavors into it. And do yourself a favor, use unsalted butter when you're doing this, because you can always adjust the flavors afterwards. So we're just gonna set this aside and let it keep warm until our potatoes is cooked. Let's put it on the low warm setting because we still want it to be warm when our potatoes are ready. So see, nice and simple. Let's check on our potatoes. Make sure they're cooked right now. Give it a little poke. Oh yeah, it's almost there. It's a chunky boy. Okay. See? That's coming apart. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. And then in the meantime, since everything's coming together nicely, we're gonna go ahead and check the temp on our chicken and make sure it's cooked through. I trust my trusty thermometer. Do not ask me where the dial is. Remember, I'm at home, and for some reason, whatever they used to keep the dial intact, the adhesive came off. It's like they never thought that it was going to be used around heat. So I'm going to change that. I usually like to put it on Fahrenheit. I do know the buttons even without there. So I'm going to make sure this thing is above 180 for safety, 185 for safety reasons. I don't want you guys cooking in my instruction, giving bad instructions, and you guys getting sick on me. So make sure your chicken's always above 185 if you're doing Fahrenheit. Oh yeah. See, as you can see, where are we? We're almost there. You can see that we're 183. So we're gonna leave that for 1 to 2 more minutes, and then we should be good on our chicken. We're gonna let that sit aside and just cool down a little bit. We're gonna start our broccoli because our potato is almost done. So the finishing in our potato is not gonna take long. We're gonna put our pan on medium heat. I'm gonna grab some of this guy. And we're gonna use that for our, remember, like I said, don't judge me. We do go to the gym. I try to live a healthy lifestyle, but let's call this cheat day. Today is a cheat day. A little bit of ghee. Bring that down. We got our broccoli florets right here. So small enough that it's gonna still keep its crunch after we cook it, but not small enough that it's gonna cook out of the bean. So that's what we're gonna use. Make sure we coat all that side of the pan. And by the time our broccoli is nicely and done, we're gonna turn off this oven. We're gonna set it on keep warm so we can pop our chicken back in. That should be done right now. So we're gonna take it out so it doesn't dry out on us. And if you happen to say you don't have a sauce for this, you see all this lovely juice down here, you can also make a sauce from that when you're finished as well. So we're gonna put that aside for a second until our oven slightly cools down a little bit. We'll put that on the keep warm setting. And so when we finish our broccoli, we can throw that in for a second until we get our mashed potato done. All you gotta do is add in your broccoli. And just gonna let that do its thing. I'm so tempted to add more of that ghee into there, that clarified butter, but it should be all right. So we'll coat that a little bit with the ghee. I'm gonna use a little bit more of this Japanese seasoning that we use on the chicken, for sure. I do usually have my own spice blend that I use when I'm at home. I'll take some home, cook it out, but I think I ran out, so I'm gonna have to restock. I'm gonna hit that with a little bit more black pepper. Just a little bit. See, that's what I want. I want it to be crunchy, and I want to start getting a little bit of brown on there as well. Because the heat from this process is going to keep cooking it as you sit at the side. So as I'm doing the mashed potato, that heat's going to be cooking it, right? So I'm not worried about it not being undercooked. Plus you have broccoli salad all the time. Broccoli salad is crunchy. I'm trying to get that same process and nothing too crazy. So let us check our potatoes. Nice. Potatoes is just about ready. And if you're just joining us, just to recap what we're doing some mashed potatoes, some broccoli, and some pan-seared chicken that we finished in the oven. We got our trusty potato masher. I never leave home without it. All right, so we're gonna put her chicken back in the oven to keep warm. In a second, we're gonna add our broccoli back to the oven, and then I'm gonna get my stuff ready to strain the water off for our mashed potato. All right, so that's ready. Let's make sure that's seasoning nicely. That's great. All right, so that's perfect. We're gonna add that into our oven to keep warm. We're gonna strain our potatoes right here. Give our stove a little wipe down. And cool. Now we're gonna strain our potatoes, so I'll be right back with this pot. Make sure everything's off. Let's go. All right, potatoes strained. Settle down, settle down. This is why you want to keep your cream mixture to the side and warm, because once they strain this off, you want to make sure you still have some heat to help keep the potatoes warm as you're doing this, because it will cool it. Let me wash out my strainer so I can use it to. And if you have some like cheese, some grated Parmesan cheese or something like that, you can also add it into here. So, for the strainer, get our infused cream and butter, kind of add that in. So we won't add it all just yet. Let's take a beat and see what it looks like. And we're gonna mash it up. Some nice Parmesan cheese. Really lovely in here. Come on, come on. See, we kind of timed everything perfectly. Our chicken's ready to go. Our mashed potatoes pretty much ready to go. After this, all we got to do is put something on a plate and you're good to go. You do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. How's that looking? Looking okay? It's looking okay? Let me know. Everything should be mashed up now. What we're gonna do is add the rest of our liquid to make it a little bit more creamy of a mashed potato, and then we're gonna season it. I lied. This is a harder process, you know, to work out this mashed potato. But in the end, it's gonna be worth it. Hey, huh? Okay, I'll grab it later. We're gonna add the rest of this, infused herbs and garlic. Set that to the side, and we are gonna finish this by folding this into. Yeah, I don't know. That's all they had. Yeah, right. Ooh. Pasta? We're having mashed potato, miss.
Oh, mashed potato.
See, told you somebody liked my mashed potato. Here, you want to help me out? You want to add some salt to this? So we're just folding the cream into there. The other one first. Go ahead, add something. That's good. She just added some more salt in. Just gonna keep that on the burner that's already hot, so we keep everything nice and warm until we incorporate all that into the mashed potato. It's not perfect. I can still see a little bit of the lumps from the not mashing it down all the way, but you know what? Take it like you just came home from work and you're making this. You're not worried about, you're not, you know, worried about all the aesthetics. If you're doing it for, like, you know, Valentine's Day for a fancy dinner or something, then you gotta go all the way. But look at that. What do you guys think? See, it moves in the pot. That's what you want. Now, if I added a bunch of Parmesan cheese to this, then it becomes stringy, and then you can always see on those TikTok videos when they're just pull it away and it goes like that. That'd be great. But we're gonna test the seasoning right now, make sure everything's good, and then we'll get everything else that we have. Sorry, Miss Time. A little more salt, please. Just a tad more. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sarah says my potato. Sandra, sorry, says my potato looks beautiful. I appreciate your comment. Thank you, thank you. All right, so that's done, and that's your meal right there. If you just like cooking for a family and you want something easy to do, that is one of the most simplest dish you can do for a large family. You got a lot of mashed potato, you got your chicken, you got your broccoli. And everything cooks very simply. Like I said, the hardest thing was probably the prep. You gotta get the prep done. So let's get everything out. We have our chicken, we have our mashed potato, and we have our broccoli. There you go. Broccoli is nice and crisp, mashed potatoes nice and creamy, and your chicken. I mean, I could have gone a little bit deeper on the color for the chicken, but it'll do my stomach good for tonight. All right. So that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you guys joining us in the stream. Stay tuned for see what we have next for y'all. Thank you guys, and see you next time. Peace. I'm gonna go enjoy this. I'll post a little on the YouTube shorts of what my plating looks like. It's not gonna be fancy, but it's gonna be workable. So until then, peace.